Hi Andra, thanks for returning my call. If you have a few minutes, I would like to talk with you before we meet next week. Is now a good time?
Sure.
Before I ask you some questions, do you have any questions for me?
Well, yes, I do. I actually have an education degree with a minor in counseling. I was curious what we may expect next week when we come to visit you. Although I'm a bit nervous about coming next week, I feel that my husband is not very enthusiastic about this first counseling session.
Well, that's a very good question, and it shows that you are already thinking and planning ahead for next week. And I normally have three key goals during the first meeting with couples. The first will be for the three of us to get to know each other so we can begin to establish some trust. The second will be for all three of us to identify what the problem or problems are that we can focus on. The third will be for you and your husband to identify tangible goals for your counseling. Or another way to put this is, what do you think things would look like if counseling was success between you and Edward after counseling?
Oh, okay. That sounds like a lot, but it sounds like a good plan. I have one other question. We do not plan to bring our children next week. Is that okay?
Yes, more than okay. If you didn't have any other question, I have a couple for you, if you still have a few minutes.
Sure.
May I ask you how you got my name, or who may have referred you to me?
Okay, sure. Our pastor from Grace Bible Church, Pastor Greg, referred me to you.
Pastor Greg, I haven't talked to him in a few months. We have known each other for a few years. I have a wonderful respect for him. Okay, one other question, and then I'll let you go. Could you spend a few minutes and tell me why you think you and your husband need some counseling?
Well, I'm not sure where to begin. My husband and I are constantly fighting about how to handle our son. It's become almost constant. If he should clean his room, what time he should go to bed, how much time he's allowed to play electronics, getting on his case because he forgets to bring home his homework or his books, nagging him about brushing his teeth. Now we can't agree on whether to give our son medication to help his obvious ADD symptoms. As a school teacher for 15 years, I know how ADD can affect kids. I know the very positive value of ADD medication. I've seen it work. Anyway, I'm nervous that our relationship is beginning to fall apart. Except for fighting over my son, we don't talk anymore. I'd like for my husband and I to come in before this gets any worse.
Well, thank you so much for sharing. I know this isn't easy, especially sharing with a stranger. And it sounds like you and your husband have a lot on your plates. And I'm also very thankful that you reached out to me. I won't keep you any longer. I look forward to meeting with you both, you and Edward, next week, so all three of us can work together to make things better.